What's going on, people? Welcome to Football Carnage, and we are back with another Madrid hype right here for you guys, and it's the international break. So you guys already know what happens during this little 2-week period that we have no club football, right? All the wild stories start to come out, all this transfer news, all these evergreen topics get brought up, and we are going to talk about quite a few of them because there is a lot of things that are coming out at the moment. Also, another injury at Real Madrid, right? That's going to be concerning our defense, right? The back line takes another hit, and there's a doubt that this certain player will be available for our next match once this break is over. And then we also got to talk about Luka Modrić, right? But look, man, shout out to the damn chat every single time. I got to react to a couple of things that are going on as well, right? I saw another video was dropped today, and I'm thinking, well, I was doing a live stream anyway, so let's just watch it on stream. But big up to you guys, man. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you don't miss anytime I drop a new video or I go live. If you want to become a member of the channel, right? If you want to get a custom badge next to your name, if you want to get access to the Real Madrid emoji that I'm dropping in the chat, then you got to click that link, become a member. Also, join the Discord, right? Over 170 people are in the Discord. There's space for everybody, right? We got Real Madrid chats. We got a place for the Barca fans. We got a general chat. Join that, right? Big up to everybody that's in there anyways. But, yo, how's everybody doing, man? I hope everybody's having a good day. Feels weird, right? Not having to do any match previews or having to talk about Madrid's next game at the moment, right? Like, the international break it's just weird. How do you guys feel about the breaks? I personally don't really mind it, right? I think it's a good way to give, like, creators a break as well, kind of. But, look, as long as the games aren't friendlies, then fair enough, right? South America, we got the World Cup qualifiers. I think in Europe, you got the Nations League. You also have the UEFA World Cup qualifiers as well. So it's big games, and we will be here with some watch-alongs. But hey, look, man, shout out to the chat every single time. Let me see what you guys are saying. Big up to Prime. Says, I also want Vini out. Put Mbappe left wing and get Alexander Isak as a striker. Who said that I wanted Vinicius out? Seems like you're assuming, bruv. I don't want Vinicius out. We're going to talk about it. But some iffy reports, bro. Hold on. Yo, big up to you, my guy. Get a few more chats in here. What about Dave? Shout out to End the Stream Dave. Bro dropped another video. I think he dropped a reaction to me reacting to him reacting to me. So I'm going to react to him, reacting to me, react to him, reacting to me. Does that make sense? Are you guys following? I wanted to watch it earlier, but I said, no. We got to wait till the stream starts. So we're actually going to start off with that. But nah, big up to Dave, though. Let me see. Who got injured? Fran Garcia. Fran Garcia is injured. They said that he picked up a knock versus, is it Villarreal? So he's a doubt for our next game, but, you know, we'll talk about it a little bit later in the show. Yo, I'm doing pretty good, bro. I can't lie. It's a nice Tuesday afternoon, right? The weather where I live is getting a lot better, right? It's starting to get warmer now. You know what I'm saying? These winter months, dog, it's not really for me. Like, it'd be too cold. I got to put on some more weight. But nah, I'm doing pretty good, man. But look, we got a lot of stuff to get into, right? It's going to be a super busy show today. And I was thinking, right, that the first thing we can do is react to the latest thing that Davis said. Did you guys watch that video yet? I need to know. Did you guys check out what he said? I think that could be a fun way to start the show. It wasn't originally in the plans, but definitely had to add it in there. But, I mean, look, as I said, man, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, get in the live chat, right? I 100% want to know your thoughts and opinions on any of the topics that I'm going to be getting into. Also, if you catch me while I'm off the stream, right, it's okay. I'm going to add some chapters for you guys to jump around to listen to the parts that you care about the most. So, I mean, look, let's just get into it, right? So, man like End the Stream Dave has dropped another video, right? Now, I'm assuming that it's a reaction to me reacting to his reaction of my match reaction. So it's a lot of reactions that are going on at the time. And I think, I did a good job explaining why I wanted Atletico Madrid to beat Barcelona, right? It's not about Madrid together and all these different things. It's just about what benefits my club. If it helps Real Madrid, then it makes sense to me. Now, if that means I needed Atleti to get 3 points versus Barca, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the best, or I want whatever is in the best interest of the club. And if that's supporting a rival to get a one-off result, fair enough. I saw a lot of people in the comment section. They were bringing up the whole Arsenal thing, right? Last season when Arsenal wanted Tottenham to beat Man City. Because if Tottenham would have beaten Man City, then effectively Arsenal would have won the league. And I'm still trying to figure out what's the issue with that. I think, what Arsenal fan would not have wanted Tottenham to win that game? If Tottenham would have beaten City, Arsenal would have more than likely won their first Premier League in over 20 years. I feel like that's common sense. And then, before we even get into the reaction, a lot of people are like, oh, well, would you do that with your NFL team, your NBA team? Because I guess they think the culture is different in America. And my response is, yes! Yes, I would! If it benefits my team, I don't give a damn. Look, if any of you guys in here are American, I'm a New York Giants fan. Y'all see the New York badge right there. I'm a Brooklyn Nets basketball fan. Let's just break it down with these two things really quickly, and then I'll get into the reaction video. The New York Giants, for anybody that does not understand American football, we are ass. We are garbage. We have not won a Super Bowl since what? It's been more than 10 years now. It's been over a decade. I've seen us win 2 Super Bowls. The Super Bowl is the NFL, American football equivalent of the Champions League, right? Super Bowl is the end-all, be-all. If you're telling me that one of the Giants' biggest rivals, if by them, let's say, winning a game, it helps me win the Super Bowl, yes, I would root for my rival because it's helping me. NBA, right? Brooklyn Nets have never won a championship. Never. I basically support the Tottenham of the NBA. Nice arena, right? We spend money in terms of we've gotten big name free agents throughout the years, but we've never won a chip. If you're telling me that by rooting for the Boston Celtics to get a result, it helps the Nets win a championship or helps the Nets win a trophy just in general, I'm doing it. Like, what? Come on now. The logic is not that hard to understand, but I get it, right? And for Dave, I don't know if he's watching this. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I get why you feel the way that you do because you've been supporting Madrid a lot longer than I have, right? I saw the video, right? Dave said that he's been supporting since 1995, bro. I wasn't even born in 1995. So Dave, his family, they're all, he's born into that culture. You guys already saw the video that I dropped on how I started supporting Real Madrid. I found this sport in 2014 during the World Cup. So my hate for them, yes, I don't like Atleti. I don't like Barca. But if I need them to get a result because it benefits me, no problems, bro. You feel me? Like it's super simple, right? And I'll just break it down really quickly by showing you guys this, and then we're going to watch the video that he dropped today. So let me show you the La Liga the La Liga table really quickly, chat. Hold on. Let's bring this up. Look at this. We are sitting second, right? We're level on points with Barca. They have a game in hand. Now, Atleti were up 2-0. How many times have Atletico Madrid blown a 2-0 lead? It's the 70th minute. Defend better. I don't care what you have to do. It is unacceptable to allow Barcelona to score 4 goals in the span of 23 minutes at your home ground. Now, if Atleti would have won that game, they would be sitting second right now, 1 point behind us. By Barca winning, not only do they still have a game in hand, but now they go top of the table. And I know we have not been playing the best this season. I know that we've not taken care of business, right? And I've called this out, chat. All the mandem that are watching right now can vouch for me that I have called this out. We have been shit this season. We're struggling. Drawing to Las Palmas. Drawing to Mallorca the first game of the season. Losing to Real Betis. Losing to Bilbao. Drawing with Rayo Vallecano. Have I not brought all these points up? So I get the POV of, well, we didn't take care of business, so don't rely on other people to help you. But look, it's not my fault that we're in this situation. So now that we've been having a mediocre season by our standards, all that I can do is hope that other teams will take points off of Barca, because I don't view Atleti as a real threat. You think Antoine Griezmann is going to win a La Liga? No. So that's just how I view things, right? Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But again, if it helps Real Madrid, I'm all for it, bro. I don't really give a damn who I got to root for, as long as we're the team that's winning things when it's all said and done. I think that's pretty basic in my opinion. But, I mean, look, like I said, Dave, right? He's dropped another video. Let's pull it up right here. I didn't get to watch it yet because I did want to do it first time on stream. So, look, shout out to Dave. I'm sure that this is all in good fun spirit, right? Make sure to go over to his channel, right? Hit the like button like I just did. Subscribe to him, because it's pretty dope to also see other Real Madrid content creators that speak English. There's only like a handful of us that I'm aware of. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I said when I reacted the other day, well, yesterday, I've never been cooked in my life. The only time that you can bring up carnage and cooking in the same sentence is if I'm getting a meal at the end of it. I'm uncookable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But let's just get into it. And let me know if you guys are able to hear the audio. You should be able to, right? But here we go.
Welcome to the Madrid corner, the Real Madrid corner in the airport, people. Before I jet off to London, I never even knew this existed until now. So we are.
I didn't know that that existed either. What is this guy flying on the Real Madrid Airways or something? Like, there's got to be an airport in Madrid. I've never, there's no airports where I'm at that got the Madrid badge all illuminated right here and whatnot. My guy's at the Madrid Cafe at the airport.
Here, guys, ready to bring you the best content as always. And for me, looking at this, first of all, I've got my cafe con leche. I've got my Lotus Biscoff. I'm ready for this because you know what? Football Carnage yesterday dropped a video explaining his reasoning behind his match reaction. And do you know what? Some of it facts, some of it still neither here nor.
I think that the video is lagging. Is the video lagging for you guys? It's not lagging for me. Yeah. I'm seeing your comments. It's lagging. Okay. Yeah, why is it lagging? It was fine for me though, chat. So I am a bit okay. You know what? Maybe if I change the settings? Let's see. All right, let's bring that back then. Tell me if it's lagging, chat, because it's not lagging for me. But if it keeps lagging, then we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna watch it on stream. I'll just do it off stream and then I'll just upload another video. But I thought it would be a fun thing to do on stream with you guys, but not if the quality is lagging like super bad. So we're going to hit play again and then let me know.
Welcome to the Madrid corner, the Real Madrid corner in the airport, people. Before I jet off to London, I never even knew this existed until now. So we are here, guys, ready to bring you the best content as always. And for me, looking at this,
it's still lagging. It's still lagging. Is it still lagging or is it better? It's fine. Looking good. Gucci now, bro. Okay. See, chat. I am listening to what you guys are saying. So if it is lagging, don't lie to me. It's a tad better. It's a little delayed, but it's cool. It's moving sort of weird. All right, look, drop a 1 in the chat if you want me to react to it right now. Drop a 2 in the chat if you think I should just do it off stream. Because we can move on. I have a lot of other shit to get to. Lower the resolution. Yeah, 1's in the chat if you want me to do it right now. 2 if you want me to do it off stream. Lower, okay. Let me see. I mean, fucking now I gotta lower it some more. Jeez, a 480p. Oh my days. I'm seeing a lot of 1s. I'm seeing a lot of 1s. No, it's whack off stream. 1s, 1s, 1s. I'm seeing some 2s in here though. 1, but put it on 2 times speed. If it's on 2 times speed, then how can I fully understand what he's saying? Was it lagging bad though? Hold on, let me go back. Let me watch it on my own. Let me see for me. Let me see. Yeah, y'all right. It was moving a little bit weird. It was. Okay. It's mostly 1. So we'll try it one more time. I got it on 480p. If it's not working right for you guys on 480p, I will just do it off stream, bro. Like, that's how we'll just rock, right? Like, we'll just do it like that. So, anyways, right? Let's get into the video. Hopefully it's working. If anybody's in the chat that's trolling and saying that it's still lagging, I will ban you. If I see that people are saying it's lagging, and then if I check it on my own, and if it's not lagging, I will ban you. Okay? I don't really want to waste too much time. Okay? So, look, big up to everybody that's in here. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, get in the chat, and let's hopefully get into this video without any interruptions. But I lowered the resolution for you guys, chat. Let's see.
Welcome to the Madrid corner, the Real Madrid corner in the airport, people. Before I jet off to London, I never even knew this existed.
He's on his way to London, he said. What airport has this? It has to be an airport in Madrid. I've never been to Spain. So I could only assume that if you're at an airport, if you're sitting in a lounge or a cafe waiting to get onto a flight to go to London, you have to be leaving from Madrid, because I can't think of any other place in the world that would have a big Real Madrid badge in it at the airport. But okay.
Till now. So we are here, guys, ready to bring you the best content as always. And for me, looking at this, first of all, I've got my cafe con leche. I've got my Lotus Biscoff. I'm ready for this because, you know what? Football Carnage yesterday dropped a video explaining his reasoning behind his match reaction. And do you know what? Some of it facts, some of it still neither here nor there, in my opinion. In my opinion, I will never, ever, ever support Atletico Madrid in any match.
All right. So, again, let me ask you a question. This is for Dave, and this is for the chat. Let's say final day of the season, right? Because this could be or not, it can't happen this season, but let's just say, hypothetically, right? Let's go into a dreamland. Final day of the season. Let's say Real Madrid are top of the league. Barcelona are playing Atleti on the last match day. If Barcelona wins, then they win the league. If Atleti wins, then Real Madrid win the league. As a Real Madrid fan, in a situation like that, who would you guys be going for? I'm just very curious. Would it be wrong for a Real Madrid fan to want a Barca team to lose to Atleti if it helped us win the title? Now, if there's no trophies involved, I'm fully on board with what Dave is saying, right? Like, let's say if when Atleti played Barca the other day, let's say hypothetically Real Madrid were 5th in the league, right? Then I wouldn't care because we're not going to win the league anyways. So it doesn't really matter who wins or what the outcome of that game is if we're so far behind. But the fact that we're in the title race, and because I believe that Barca are the biggest threat to us, I mean, come on. As I said, get in the comment section. Let me know. If Real Madrid are top of the league on the last match day, and if Barca are sitting second, and they're playing Atleti on the last match day, who would you be rooting for? Or would you just not care? I just find that very hard to believe, you know? But let's keep it going.
Neither Barcelona in any match. You know what? I've stated my case before. Like, for example, if Barcelona were to reach the quarters, obviously they are in the quarters, and the semi-finals, then any team that faced them, I'll support them to see them get knocked out. But the fact also still remains that Barcelona are the best team in Europe. And all you can do...
Barca, okay. Any of you guys that are watching this, putting my biasness aside, Barcelona, they are the best team in the world right now. Currently speaking, they are the best team. But I still believe that we're better than them in terms of the players that we have. I would not swap Real Madrid's 11 for Barcelona's. The reason that I think Barcelona have an advantage over Real Madrid is because Barcelona have a system. Barcelona have a style of play, right? Barcelona have a manager that is proactive, not reactive. And it works. Whereas at Real Madrid, big up to Carlo. But you guys know, I'm Carlo out. I think that he's been awful this season with how he's managed this squad. Relying on the power of friendship, relying on individual brilliance every single week for us to scumbag our way to points has been very jarring. So for that alone, from the coaching aspect of this season, I will give Barcelona the advantage. And you also have to factor in the results that they've had. They've slapped up Atleti. They've battered us when we've played them this season. So fair enough. But I'm not taking Barca starting 11 over Real Madrid's 11. But in terms of style of play and everything else that you want to factor in, then sure, I get it.
Is just praise them for how they play. And this is not just glazing Barcelona for the fun of it. You know what? I'm doing it in front of the Real Madrid badge. So do you know what? I'm not glazing them for the fun of it. But do you know what? You just need to respect the position they're at and how they actually got the job done.
He's not wrong. He's not. I don't think that him calling out how good Barca have been is glazing. He's being honest. Barca have been really good this season. They're still involved in all three competitions. I think this is an unbiased take. So, you know, I've seen that kind of going on as well, but I already explained why I think that Barca do have an advantage this season, though, for sure.
Against Atletico Madrid, I saw the situation where Football Carnage was literally in a position to support Atletico Madrid just to gain an advantage in the league itself. But for me, That doesn't.
Do we not all want to get an advantage in the league? Does anybody that's watching this video view Atletico Madrid as a threat? Let's not forget, chat, Barca still have that game in hand. So we literally do need them to be dropping as many points as possible. If I can use Atleti, because mind you, Atleti and us, we had a common interest for that game. Everybody likes to only focus on how it impacts Real Madrid. Well, how does it impact Atleti? Are they not also involved in this title race? I'm a bit confused. They are also in the race. So, I mean, a win would have also been needed just from their standpoint, regardless. So all that I was asking is for them to do something that they should have wanted anyways, and that's a dub. But yes, I do want an advantage in the league. I mean, what Real Madrid fan wouldn't?
Wash, unfortunately, because Real Madrid, we need to get the results. There are so many results that we could have won. Teams that we could have beaten, guys. Real Betis, one of them. Bilbao, another. Mallorca, another. Osasuna, another. Espanyol, another. These are just a few examples in La Liga.
He's not wrong. Chat, everybody that's watching this, if you're familiar with my content, you know I'm very critical. You know that I call out these poor performances. He's not wrong with what he's saying. No issues with this part.
We could have beaten these teams. But unfortunately, we didn't, because the play is still the same. It's still archaic, guys. Last time Ancelotti got sacked from Real Madrid, literally, we were nearly in the same position. Nearly in the same position. Obviously, yes.
And hopefully Carlo gets sacked at the end of this season. Carlo out. Carlo should have been sacked after that AC Milan game in the UCL, where they turned up at our home and absolutely embarrassed us. We're talking about a mediocre AC Milan team. These guys couldn't even make the round of 16, and they embarrassed us at home. I've been Carlo out since that day. And you guys know, to start off this season, when we were playing shit, I was one of Carlo's biggest supporters. I was one of the people that were telling other fans to give him time, bro. Like, look at all that he's done for us. And I still do like Carlo. Again, even though I want Carlo sacked, I don't want Carlo to leave the club. I just want him to be given a different role, right? Make Carlo an ambassador. Let him do something else. I just don't believe that Carlo is able to get the best out of this team anymore. So, yeah, hopefully Carlo is out in a few months.
We progress further in the tournaments, like, for example, the Champions League and Copa del Rey. But the play still remains the same. People, Madrid fans, were calling the play just stagnated. It looked like it wasn't going anywhere. So then, hence we brought in, for example, Benitez. But Benitez was gone. And a few string of managers throughout the years in Real Madrid's history. And then Zidane came in and literally stabled the ship until Ancelotti came back and then won numerous trophies again with Real Madrid. So for me, when I look at the string of managers that we had and looking at Ancelotti's time now, yes, he's won trophies. Yes, he deserves absolutely a legendary status.
I feel like Dave's about to agree with me here about he wants Carlo out. He has to be agreeing with me here. Don't worry. We still got a lot of other things to talk about during this stream.
At Real Madrid for everything that he's brought to this club. But, not the table. Don't want to do that too much. But for me, when I look at it, it's very difficult to see us looking past this time. And I'm in a calm manner today. Obviously, just certain situations. I'm literally having my coffee. Let me just take a sip before I go any further, people. Beautiful, beautiful, lovely cafe con leche. But I look at Ancelotti and I said, this team cannot progress anymore. Ancelotti cannot take this team any further.
We agree. We agree. I am going to put up the playback speed, maybe like 1.5. Let's see what that sounds like.
And it looks, in the situation now that we're in, that Barcelona have just won La Liga already. They have to play us at their place, at their ground, and it's a tough one to see us beating them. I don't see us beating them. I'm
not going to lie. That shit moving a little bit too fast for me. Okay, you know what? Let's just do 1.25. But I don't agree with what he just said. I don't think that Barcelona have just secured La Liga. Yes, Barcelona are the favorites. Yes, Barcelona, they control their own destiny. We're going to need teams to help us out because we haven't done enough. But I don't think that it's all said and done, right? They told me that the league was wrapped up in October, right? Let's not forget, Barca won the league back in October when they were flying high, when they were battering every single team. But yet, here we are, the middle of March, and we are in a La Liga title race. So I wouldn't say it's over just yet. Now, look, since I've started supporting the club, I've never seen us win the league back-to-back. Never seen us do it. I've seen Barca win more La Liga titles than I've seen Real Madrid. But I think we will win it this season. I feel confident in saying that. No, it's not me being delusional. No, it's just not me being biased. But when I look at my group of players, I'm seeing guys that have won me Champions Leagues. I'm seeing match winners. I'm seeing big game players. I'm seeing guys that have the mentality to where I think it's crazy to doubt them. He said that next time we play Barca, next El Clasico, more than likely they'll beat us. I don't agree with that. I don't think that Barcelona are going to beat us. I think we're going to go to their shit ground and we're going to get the 3 points. That's what I think is going to happen. Because regardless of what has gone on the last 2 times that we've seen them, look at the players that we have. How can I ever doubt my players? Look at what they've won for me. So as long as we are in the mix, I always believe that we're going to win it. Now, if we were like 10 points off of Barca at this point in the season, then yes, I would say, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might be cooked. The fact that we're level on points, do not think that Barca will not drop points again for the rest of this season.
Obviously, just taking another L. I have to be honest. And Real Madrid fans can say, "Oh, you're a fake fan," but the facts are there. The evidence is there. This season, people, at the beginning, how they've absolutely destroyed us. Yes, we're a different team right now. Yes, we have got the results kind of under our belt to say maybe we can give Barcelona a game. Sorry, but unfortunately, I don't see it happening. But you know what? Just going back to football carnage, yeah. For me, when I look at the kind of motivation to support Atletico Madrid, it isn't there for me. Sorry. It isn't there for me. Maybe other teams it would be.
So, okay. It's not supporting Atleti. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted them to do something that they kind of needed to do anyways, right? Like, and you guys were there during my watch along. I wasn't sitting here cheering for Atleti and you know, like singing their chants and bigging up their players. I was just happy to see them beating Barca because them, and again, if the roles were reversed, right? If Atleti were the team that would have gone top with the 3 points, yeah, I'd have been sitting there saying, yeah, I hope that Barca beats them. I hope that Atleti leave this game with nothing. So I feel like saying that it's supporting Atleti is kind of a stretch. Like me rooting for a common interest that we have, I wouldn't necessarily say I was supporting them. I was using Atleti as a pawn in a game that has a much bigger table, a much bigger outlook than what this is. Do you get it?
Maybe other teams it would be. Like me, I do hate along to Barcelona. I did a hate along to Barcelona against Benfica. I wanted to see Benfica win. But I looked at that game and I said, do you know what, really? I can't really do hate-alongs and then admire the play. It doesn't make sense because their play is spectacular at times. And it's something that I cannot say for Real Madrid, unfortunately. So we just need to, as Madridistas, we have to look at it just like on a blank slate here. When you look at Barcelona and how they're playing football, they look like a team, but I want to see Real Madrid play the same type of football.
I agree. I think that we're agreeing here. Kat, how many times on streams have I talked about Barca's style of play? How many times have I talked about why I want Xabi Alonso to come in? Because of that possession-based attacking style of football that Xabi Alonso would implement. We've talked about all of this, chat. So we're agreeing right now. We're halfway through the vid.
if you know what I mean. We need to see Real Madrid play this type of fluid, attacking football when they direct. They don't take too many sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards. We don't want to take those. We don't want to take
Not
it,
lying.
honestly. We need to literally be standing on job here where we would say, look, this is not the football that I want to see Real Madrid play. Yes, maybe we'll win trophies in the future, but I don't see us winning this year because Barcelona are just that good. People say, oh, look at last year. Look, we won the Champions League and Liga. Barcelona were absolutely hands last year. They were horrid last year. So look at it, just face value. Take it all in because Real Madrid, they're not winning anything this year. I'm sorry to say it because we'll inevitably have to face Barcelona in the Copa del Rey.
All right, well, to say that we're not winning anything this season, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me. One, technically, we've already won 2 trophies this season. Dave knows this. But I think he's more so referring to the 3 major trophies that are left to play for. We've already won the UEFA Super Cup. That is a major trophy. We've already won the Intercontinental Cup. That is also a major trophy. So we've already done 2 trophies so far this season. We lost the Spanish Super Cup final, right? Barcelona absolutely put belt to ass against us. But let's not be disingenuous, right? Like, yes, we do want to win La Liga. We want to win Champions League. We want to win Copa del Rey. But let's not act like we've not won any trophies at all. We've already won 2. So, I want to call that out as well. But I cannot see us ending this season and we're not lifting one of those 3. I cannot see us going 0 for 3 in the second half of the season. I think that whether you want to pick La Liga, the UCL, Copa del Rey, we are leaving here with something, all right? We are leaving here with a trophy at the end of this season.
And then we maybe, if we get to the final of the Champions League, we have to get through Arsenal first, and then we need to get through either PSG or Aston Villa. But it's a very bad situation at the moment where the play is not there. The team doesn't look like they even can get through Arsenal. And I just want to segue into that a little bit because I've never mentioned anything of the game yet. And Arsenal are a team, even though Queen's Gap to Liverpool is just grandiose. It's so huge. But I've seen us get fisted up already by Liverpool. And Arsenal look like a team in terms of their style. And it's styles that makes the fights, isn't it? That's it. It's the styles that make their games. And Arsenal have that specific style that could harm Real Madrid.
Arsenal... Okay, so that Madrid versus Arsenal quarterfinal matchup is going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting, right? It's going to basically be attack versus defense. I'm not necessarily worried about Arsenal knocking us out. I don't think that that's an actual possibility. Like, yes, Arsenal have a chance, right, in theory, but they just don't have the attack, in my opinion, to really be able to hurt us. Now, I'm seeing reports that Saka may be back for the first leg, but even if Saka is back for that game, he'll be rusty. And then he's going to have to go against a very physical Ferland Mendy, right? These guys are going to be rocking up with Mikel Merino in the 9. I'm not worried about Arsenal. Now, I think that Atletico Madrid have given them the best blueprint on how to play against us. And I think Arsenal's defense, right? Saliba, we all know that he's a major target for us. I'm excited for Saliba to experience the Bernabeu atmosphere. I'm excited for Saliba to see what the facilities look like because I'm going to need him to make that move one day. So it's nice that he'll be seeing his future home early. But their back line, very good, right? Gabriel Magalhaes, William Saliba, Lewis Skelly is a very good player from their academy. Julian Timber is going to maybe be at right back. It's a good back line. Their midfield is decent as well. Declan Rice, Thomas Partey. They're going to be coming with the Martin Odegaard, right? He's going to want to probably play his best game against us, considering how things went when he was at the club. But Arsenal's attack is the reason why I cannot see them going through defensively. And this is why I said it's not going to be an easy 2 legs, right? People think that we're going to just go out there and absolutely batter Arsenal. It's not going to happen. We're not going to just destroy Arsenal. No, it's going to be a very tough 2 legs. I think on aggregate, we go through 4-2. But I don't believe that Dave thinks there's a possibility of Arsenal actually beating us, right?
I don't like the way that Madrid fans are going on and saying that it's a foregone conclusion. It's not. It's not. the way that Arteta's team, they can keep the possession going throughout the match, it's going to be very, very difficult for Real Madrid to beat them. Very difficult. And especially when we have players in the midfield that could get intercepted, like, for example, from Declan Rice or the midfield, they cut in and they invert, they create a whole midfield block, essentially a mid-block. That's what Real Madrid will do also, yeah? And they don't allow Real Madrid to progress, essentially, which is what Atletico Madrid did, yeah? Where they have 2 banks of 4 and they don't allow Real Madrid to progress. We've seen Arsenal.
Also, something else that Arsenal can hurt us with is set pieces. We're shit at set pieces. I almost forgot to bring that up. We're shit with defending corners, right? Free kicks. Anything that involves the ball going into the air makes me nervous when we have to defend against it, because it seems like our players, their brains just turn off, like, whenever that happens, right? You saw it against Villarreal with Juan Foyth when he scored, right? That scrappy goal from the corner, right? We've seen it at times this season, like, where we just, like, the lack of concentration from these corners and set pieces is just crazy. It's just actually concerning. Bro, sack the set piece coach as well.
Slow block. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to the fact that we can't even score a goal, I'm guessing, at the Emirates. So it's very tough for us to assume that we are going to just magically just wash away Arsenal. It's not going to happen, people. It's not. With players like Declan Rice in there, with players like Saliba, with players like Gabriel, Timber, yeah? Left back situation is iffy. Whoever they play, either, I don't know, Zinchenko or Calafiori or whoever it's going to be, yeah? And depending who else is in that midfield, it's going to be tough. Yes, their striking force is non-existent. We know that. But if Saka's back, that's going to give them motivation also, because he's probably their best player. So unfortunately for me, I look at the Arsenal game as a tough one, yeah? And this literally it's just encapsulated everything into my mind, where I just can't believe that Real Madrid can progress to the final of the Champions League. People say, oh, last year. But yeah, last year we stunk our way through. Look at Leipzig.
Look at some of the UCL runs that we've had, right? What about the last time that we played Liverpool in the UCL? What was that? The 2022 season, if I'm not mistaken, right? What about that one? What about that run that we had? Right? You go against PSG at the time with Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, right? You also got to play Man City. Did we play Chelsea that year as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, we have had a tough run in the UCL and still have won it when people did not think that we could win it anyways. So, I'm always going to believe.
Look at Manchester City. Look at Bayern Munich. Stunk our way through to the final to only beat Dortmund, to get absolutely fisted up by them in the first half, and then win this final anyway. So, I don't know. Real Madrid bring a certain essence to the Champions League. I know that. And you never count out Real Madrid in the Champions League. But to me, I don't think they can win it this year. I have to be honest. First of all, we have to get through Arsenal. And then we have to get through one of the best talked about teams in Europe, PSG. So after the international break, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. La Liga, Copa del Rey, the second leg against Sociedad. So, you know what? We've just got a pile of games that are going to be making or breaking our season once again. And it's always going to be like that until the end. We can go as much tic-tac-toe with Barcelona. But unfortunately, I have to be honest here. La Liga's gone. Please, I need you
guys to remember this. Dave is saying that La Liga is gone. Keep that in mind. All right. So when we win it, I want to know what Dave is going to say. I'm telling you, chat, do not write us off in the league. Yes, Barcelona have been better than us. Yes, we've not been able to take care of business. Yes, we've been putting together inconsistent performances. But if you think that it's over, all right, we'll see.
Tell you that La Liga's gone, because we're playing Barcelona away from home. It's done, people. It's done. So we just need to realize that in ourselves as Madridistas, and maybe just go for the Champions League and try and muster up a challenge for the Copa del Rey. So going back to Football Carnage, honestly, I like his opinions. I like the way that he brings himself across on the channel that he's made and he's built. And he's been calling out the club. And he's been calling out the club for the same reasons that I am. But also, just to support Atletico Madrid is not the way it should go. We should be just getting the results that we need to win every single trophy that we can. And if that's the case, then Real Madrid will become successful, even if we play a horrid style of football. Guys, that's all for today's video. Obviously, I'm in the airport. I can't talk too loudly or too, because everybody will be looking at me like I'm some kind of idiot. But anyway, guys, much appreciated. Thank you so much for...
Hey, look, man, big up to Dave. It's all good and fun. Again, I think that we just view things a little bit differently, right? He's somebody that's been supporting a lot longer than I have. So, would never disrespect what he thinks. And I'm pretty sure I could learn a lot from Dave since he was watching damn near 20 years before I even discovered this sport. But nah, look, man, we'll definitely talk about it, right? We got to get Dave on the stream. Gonna work something out. I think that'll be super dope for us to collab, bro. It feels like fucking a crossover episode or something like that. But nah, look, man, I just had to react to him reacting to my reaction of me reacting to him reacting to my match reaction. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about this, right? Get in the comment section, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications, people. Let me see what you guys are saying. Big up to my guy Coast with the super chat. He says, hot take, Arne Slot would have been great for Real Madrid. I agree. Seeing what Slot has done for Liverpool has been phenomenal. Like, I think Slot has shown me that he's one of the best managers in the world. I don't really need to see that much more from him because I love managers that are able to make adjustments. I love the style of play that he has as well. I like that when things are not going right, he'll make a sub at halftime. I'm watching Carlo Ancelotti. This guy's not making a sub until like the 75th minute. I'm thinking, what the fuck are you waiting for? So, yeah, I think Slot would have been a great manager for Liverpool. For Real Madrid. Yeah. I think with the squad that we have as well, it's a very similar profile to like what Liverpool have. Physical midfielders, pacey wingers up front. Yeah, I think it could have worked. But I don't know if you can get the Liverpool job directly coming from Feyenoord, right? I don't even think that he would have really been a candidate like that. But who knows? Let me see. Big up to everybody that's in here, man. No. I don't think that Dave is coming for me. I just think that, he has a different opinion, so he wanted to talk about it. And then now I'm talking about it. Again, I think that's very fair. Like when you make content and when you put your opinions out there, if you're not ready to hear people that disagree with you, then you need to just stop making content then, because you're never going to have 100% of people agree with what you're saying. And also, I don't want 100% of people to agree with me, right? Because then that's boring. I like to argue. I like to have the conversation. So that's what we're doing. I love football first, and when a team outplays us, I can appreciate it and not hate and be negligent. But also as a fan, right, of a certain team, we all do have biases, right? Like, let's not act like being a fan does not, because fan is short for fanatic. Being a fanatic literally means that you're going to have some biasness with your analysis depending on certain situations. But I do try to be as unbiased as possible. But I think because I make the jokes, right? Because I call Gavi shit, because I call Fermin Lopez Feminine Lopez, right? Because Danny Olmo is Megan Rapinoe and Rafinha is a Bolivian, I think people, that hurts their feelings. But nah, man, it's all good. It's all good. I don't actually think that I'm that biased like that, to be very clear. But hey, look, man, shout out to Dave. But come on, bro. We know that deep down inside, you were thinking the same thing. Like, yo, if Atletico were able to get these 3 points, that would benefit us. Come on, let's not act like the thought didn't cross your mind, bro. But yeah, man, look, let's move on, though. Let's move on. Because we're 51 minutes into the show, and we haven't even gotten to the other main topics that we got to talk about, right? Now, I did bring up earlier, right, that we are dealing with a slight injury concern at the club during this international break, and that's concerning Fran Garcia, right? So the reports are saying that he is injured and he is a doubt for our matchup against Leganés on the Saturday after the international break is over. Now, the reason why this is pretty significant is because, let's not forget, chat, Ferland Mendy is injured. He's not available. So what are we about to do at left back? It's bad enough that I barely trust Lucas Vazquez to start at right back. But if Fran Garcia, hypothetically, and I think he will be available for this game, I don't think it's a big deal, right? We're lucky that the international break is here. So Fran Garcia will get a chance to rest up, right? Fran Garcia is not going to have to overextend himself. But you'd have to put Camavinga at left back, right? Like that would have to be the solution, right? Camavinga, we need him in midfield though, because now don't forget, chat, Danny Ceballos is out. So I'm guessing that against Leganés, you would have to put Camavinga at left back, and then you would have to just start Modric that game, which is not a problem, right? I mean, hopefully, you know, knock on wood, nobody gets injured during this international break. I'm going to need Fede. I cannot believe that the club allowed Valverde to go to Uruguay. I cannot believe it. Those international games in South America are like WWE Hell in a Cell matches, bro. It's crazy. But look, I don't even really rate Fran Garcia like that, but just with all the injuries that we're currently going through, not having him available is a slight concern. But regardless, right, the game that we're going to be playing, Leganés, we should be beating them regardless, right? Like, that's got to be a game that we're automatically thinking about the 3 points, right? If Leganés were to and the thing is, Leganés is not a easy game. They're not an easy game. We saw them take points off of Barca. I believe they also took points off of Atleti as well, if I'm not mistaken. So they've been able to, you know, play party spoiler a bit. So it's going to be a tough match, but we got to get 3 points that game. So look, Fran Garcia is injured. This is nothing that I wanted to spend that much time on because I think with the international break being here and with us not having any club football for the next, like, what is it, 10, 12 days? I don't think it's as significant as it would have been if games were going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll keep an eye on it, right? We'll see what happens. But look, I think Fran Garcia will be fit for that game. And I think Fran Garcia is going to start in that game. And I think he will play a big role for us with Ferland Mendy being out. You guys know, I think Fran Garcia is pretty mid as a player in general. I think he's very good attacking, right? I think he's the best crosser of the ball that we have in this team. But in general, right, Fran Garcia's level is a backup. Fran Garcia's level is being at a mid-table team in La Liga, starting week in, week out for them. But he has been decent for us. So, you know, just want to keep an eye on that. Wanted to bring it up. But let me see. What are you guys saying about Fran Garcia? Fran's pretty good. I think Fran's just whatever. I think Fran's just a decent player. I don't think he's really good. I don't think he's bad. I think he's just mid. Like, I don't think he's good enough to be starting for Real Madrid, for example, like week in, week out, if that makes sense. I think him coming off the bench works with me. Where's that? If Fran Garcia is out, I'm available. UCL debut in that. Hey, look, man, Carlo used to call you up, bro. Nah, Fran Garcia is not better than Mendy. I know that Mendy's not been having the best season, but come on now, bro. Stop it. Stop it. He is still winning in his love life. Bro, I don't even think that those reports are true. Shout out to my guy, Jordan. I don't think that he's actually dating his ex-girlfriend's mother. That would be crazy, though. Very awkward family dinners that they must have. Imagine that. Imagine you break up with your girl and then you go and you date her mom. Man, what happened to shame? Like, I just don't get it, bro. Like, what's happened? Like, shit. But I guess Fran Garcia, just that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's just that guy. But, yeah, as I said, I don't want to spend that much time on Fran Garcia, but it definitely is something that is important. So we have to keep an eye on it. Now, what I did really want to talk about, and I definitely want everybody else's opinions, is the news concerning Luka Modrić, where it's being reported that he wants to stay and continue at Real Madrid for another season. Now, would you guys extend Luka or do you think it's time for him to go? Because me personally, I would give Luka another deal for one more season. This guy is 40 years old and he's still class. Luka Modrić, having him in the squad, in my opinion, is super valuable, right? Not only can he still give us good performances, but he's also able to be a leader in that locker room, right? We have a lot of young players at the club. Like most of our starting 11, these guys are like 24, 25 years old. They're young. Luka Modrić has been here for so long. He's one of the most decorated footballers of all time. He's an absolute legend of this game. Ballon d'Or winner as well. He's a guy that the players can look to. And I think that you do need that when you have a squad of young guys. But forget just the off the field stuff. Let's look at on the pitch. Yes, Luka Modrić is no longer a week in, week out starter for us. But having somebody like Luka Modrić that's able to come into the game, especially, if we're maybe struggling in the middle, right? Let's say we're not able to hold the ball, right? Luka Modrić comes in, he brings that calmness to the midfield, right? The way that he likes to play, it's not even predicated on pace and power. This guy receives the ball, creates space with his first touch. He's able to quickly move it. He's able to find somebody that's running. He sees things at a much higher speed. Like, I fully believe that Luka Modrić at 40 years old is still one of the better midfielders in world football. Having him as a sub option, having him as a starter in games where we can rotate, I'm doing it. And going into this season, I was saying that this would be Luka Modric's last with us. But look at how the guy has played. And he's able to stay fit. I'm giving him another year. I don't know about you guys, but if Luka Modrić wants to stay, I think it would be very foolish of us to turn him away. You give Luka another year deal, right? Luka could be in Saudi right now. Luka could be in the MLS. This guy could just be chilling, collecting a fat check to not play at the highest level. But yet here he is in the UCL, in La Liga, hooking. Wasn't Iniesta a few weeks ago playing in a charity match with I Show Speed? Come on now, the levels. Modric is different. I would extend him as well because I don't think that there's any player in the world right now that we can get of this profile. Yes, he's not at the level that he used to be, right? Luka Modrić, especially during like that three-peat era, fantastic player. Oh my goodness me. What a midfield three that we used to have, chat. Casemiro, Kroos, Luka Modrić, the perfect balance. Fucking hell. And yes, he's not that same player anymore. But tell me out there in the chat right now, who's a Luka Modrić alternative in the transfer market? You guys know, I like Enzo Fernandez, but I don't really view him as that Luka Modrić kind of player. I view him as more of like the Toni Kroos profile for his long-range passing. But, yeah, look, I'm not ready for Luka to leave, right? I'm not ready for him to retire. Hopefully he does retire at the club. And I think after one more season, he just might do that. But as long as he keeps putting in these performances, I have no issues with Luka Modric staying. And I don't think anybody else should either. But, yeah, let me know what you guys are saying in the chat. Would you extend Luka or not? Look, see, so disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is the problem with you young guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, stop twerking for Grandpa Modric, bro. Like, what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? Respect Luka. There's no way that you're a Real Madrid fan. There's no way. Florian Wirtz is the closest. I view Wirtz as more of a 10 or like a left winger. Or just a winger in general. Like, I don't really view him as like a center mid, like an 8. I don't think Wirtz is an 8. And he would also cost too much. I think it would be a mistake to go sign a Florian Wirtz in the summer when we need defensive help. So look, Modric, 1 more year, bro. I'm here for it. Vitinho or João Neves? Okay, now we're kind of talking the profiles that I do agree with. But PSG, you think they're going to do business with us? No way, bro. But no, I think that's actually a pretty good shout with Vitinho or João Neves. Respectfully, Iniesta started a lot earlier than Luka. Iniesta started at 17. I'm pretty sure that Luka Modric started playing professionally pretty early on as well. He wasn't at Real Madrid until, like, what? I forgot how old he was when he made the move. Like, he was at Tottenham, but I'm pretty sure that when he first broke through, let me see, his senior career, he started in 2003, his senior career at Zagreb. He was born 1985. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's a good point, D-Money. Bruno Guimaraes? I like Bruno Guimaraes. That would be a very expensive deal, though. Like Newcastle, man. Especially since they just won a trophy, I highly doubt that they'd even want to sell like one of their best players. You know what I'm saying? Arda is done at Madrid. He ain't got what it takes. Yeah, I'm not too sure about Arda's future at the club. I also think that Carlo hasn't done the best job in terms of just giving him minutes, in terms of embedding him into the squad a little bit better. So, yeah, man, I don't know like what it's gonna take for Arda to get more. I think if Carlo stays for another season, Arda's done. I think Arda's gonna leave. I think if we were to bring in like Xabi Alonso or maybe another manager, then I think Arda still does have a future for sure at the club. He can stay in Madrid, but not as a player. I want him and Cruz to come back and train our midfielder as coaches. But you wouldn't still keep him as a player right now, though. All right. As a true diehard Madrid fan, I got to be honest. Modric is the 30th best midfielder of all time. What? Huh? The 30th best midfielder of all time. No way. No way. No way. Like, that is wild. Let me see. Madrid isn't the place for development. Guler out. Yeah, I kind of agree. We don't necessarily prioritize developing players to be in our first team. It's not necessarily like the club motto. I think our academy is very good, but yeah. Yeah, I think Zubimendi. Yes. Yes. That's a realistic, I think, like Modric kind of profile. Even though Zubimendi is more of a DM, but he's more than capable of playing as an 8 as well. Nico Paz is better than Arda Güler. I mean, Paz is having a very good season at Como. I would actually want to bring him back, especially because it'll cost us nothing, really, with the buyback clauses that we have. Let me see. Let me see. What else are you guys saying? Then we'll move on. A couple more chats. Zidane over Modric. I mean, I know that Zidane is like considered one of the greatest players of all time. I never got to watch him play, so I can't even really give an honest opinion on it. Can't even give a real opinion on that. But nah, man. To say that, yes, bro, Bing Pogba, please. I would take Paul Pogba at Real Madrid right now. Paul Pogba is one of the best midfielders that I've ever seen play in my life. Paul Pogba is a phenomenal player. But yeah, look, man, shout out to the damn chat. Okay, now we talked about the Fran Garcia injury. We've talked about Modric. But now we got to get into what the actual stories are for this stream, right? I just wanted to get the smaller news out of the way because we got to talk about Vinicius and what's going on with that contract situation. Now, we all know that Vinicius, he's not having the best season. I think he's been pretty shit by the standards that we all have, right? By how good of a player we all believe him to be. Vinicius, especially since January, has been trash. Now, there's a lot of news going on at the moment concerning Vinicius, right? We've seen reports about the links with Saudi Arabia. We've also seen the reports about the contract talks that are going on at the moment. And I think when you factor those two things in with his poor form as well, I think a lot of Madrid fans want Vinicius out. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I am not Vinny out. I think people have such short memories. For me, Vinicius is a player that needs to stay at the club. I do not want to sell him, and I need his contract situation sorted as soon as possible. Now, according to the rumors, it says that Real Madrid are growing frustrated with Vinicius because of his reluctance to sign a new contract and are seriously considering selling him to Saudi Pro League for 300 M's. Now, there's so many different levels to this story, and we got to break it down. But I need to know, would you guys sell Vinicius right now? If you are Real Madrid, summer window is only a few months away. Would you look to cash in on him? Or would you like to keep him at the club? Because, one, I want to put this out there right now. Any deal for Vinicius needs to be a world record fee. And it needs to be more than 300 M's. Respectfully, Vinicius has a 1 billion euro release clause. If Saudi want him, I'm going to need close to half of that. So you got to at least come to me with an offer. The bid starts at 375 M's. And then let's maybe work our way up to the 400 range. Because you're asking me to sell arguably the best attacking player in the world, regardless of his form. That's exactly what Vinicius is. Now, I hope that he signs a new contract, right? I think for people that are upset that Vinicius has not signed a new deal yet, I think that a lot of you guys are kids. A lot of you guys don't understand how contract negotiations work. You never accept the first offer because 9 out of 10 times, the first offer isn't the best one. I always use myself as an example. When I was getting my job and when they sent me an offer letter for employment, I looked at the numbers and I said I would like more money. So then I sent a counter offer. And then we found a common ground that worked for me, that worked for the employers, and then I got the job. It's the same thing here with Vinicius. Real Madrid are not going to just make the best offer with the first one. That would be bad negotiating tactics. It's very common. This happens in all aspects of life. People reject contract offers to get a better one. So Vinicius' agent is trying to get the best deal for his client. Florentino Perez and the board are trying to give the best deal that also works for the club as well. Because Vinicius, right? The guy could be asking for, let's say, 500K a week. Now, Real Madrid, I think 500K a week is a fair price for Vinicius. Especially now that Mbappe is our highest earner, but Vinny's been here longer. Now, I get it, right? Mbappe was a free signing, so his wages are going to be higher. His signing on bonus is going to be way higher because the club didn't have to buy him from PSG. But in terms of how that affects Vinicius, he should be getting a nice pay rise. He should. But the club have to negotiate it. You cannot just give players everything that they want, or else you lose all leverage. Now, what I will say is that Vinny's contract runs out in 2027, I believe. So it's not that much longer until we have to start thinking about possibly cashing him. And I say this, if Vinicius is not trying to sign a new deal, if Vinicius is trying to get down to the last year of his contract, sell him. That's how I view it. I don't like the idea of players leaving for free, right? I never agree with keeping players that don't want to extend. Cash in on him. Force him out of the club. That's how I look at it. But at the same time, I think that we have to have patience because, like I said, this is regular. This is standard when it comes to negotiating deals. You got to have a back and forth. You never accept the first offer. So, look, we have to see how it plays out, but I think that Vinicius is very crucial for us at Real Madrid. He's still young, one of the best players in the world, right? And I think him leaving, it does hurt us because I don't believe there's any player in the world that we can go out there and buy that can replicate what he's done for us. Vinicius is one of the biggest big game players in the world. Look at his record in the UCL knockout games. Look at his record in the UCL finals. He steps up in the big moments. So for me, I don't want to sell him. But if that contract is running down, if we don't get a new deal done during this summer, the minute that he enters the final 12 months of his contract, if we're sitting here in the summer of 2026, and if Vinicius does not have a new deal, sell him. Force him out the club. We're not Liverpool. We're not PSG. I'm not in the business of losing my best players for free. And I think that Real Madrid have to also consider that Saudi are offering Vinicius $1 billion over, what, 4 or 5 years? Tax-free. That's a lot of money. Real Madrid are not going to be able to offer Vinicius that kind of money like what Saudi can. So we have to hope that Vinicius will choose more glory and more accolades at Real Madrid than the money. But I'm going to be very honest. If Vinicius does decide to leave, I don't blame him. I can never be mad at a player for taking the money. Look, your legacy is not going to pay the bills, right? You winning 5 UCLs is not going to give you generational wealth. But €1 billion tax-free from Saudi, that will give you generational wealth. That kind of money, Vinny's great grandkids won't have to work with that Saudi kind of money. So I wouldn't be mad at him, but I'm hoping that he says no. Because chat, if I was getting offered $1 billion over 5 years, and if I was Vinicius, respectfully, I'm out of here. Are you serious? You gotta look at it like this, bro. Vinny has won everything that there is to at Real Madrid. He's won La Ligas. He's won multiple UCLs. He's won Copa del Rey. He's won Club World Cup. He's won UEFA. Everything that there is to win at this club, Vinicius has done it. I am looking at it from the POV of maybe he looks at it and says, I could leave. There's nothing else for me to accomplish at Real Madrid. And last point that I'll make on this is Saudi makes me nervous. Because of the money that they can offer our players, I have to view them as a major threat. I don't view any team in Europe as a threat for Vinicius. I see the links with him in PSG. I see the links with him in like Chelsea, Manchester United, Man City, Bayern. There have been these rumors over the years, and I've never actually thought it was a possibility. Because why would you leave Real Madrid for any of those clubs? But with the money that Saudi are offering, that is a major threat. Like, we can't just dismiss it because, oh, we're Real Madrid. Why would he leave? No, that's not how it works. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it, right? Vinicius has come out himself. He said that he wants to stay at the club. He said that he wants to be a captain. He wants to be a legend. And I'm going to have to just take him for his word. But these players, it's their job. People don't like to use real life common sense when it comes to footballers. Imagine telling a player that he should be taking less money. Why would he do that? Why would he not try and get as much money as possible? When you go to your job, did you tell your employers, oh, no. Give me less money. I just love working here. I'm working for passion, not for money. Like, what are we talking about here, chat? So, look, we'll see. But like I said, Vinicius has come out. He said that he wants to stay at Real Madrid. He says that he wants to be a legend. He says that he wants to keep on winning things. So all that I can go off of is what he's publicly come out and have said. Now, again, players, they lie. Coutinho said that he wants to stay at Liverpool. He signed a new contract. The guy was at Barca 6 months later. We've seen this happen time and time again. I think, for example, Saliba. I think he's lying. The guy said that he's happy at Arsenal. Like, what is he meant to say? What is Vinicius meant to say? What is Coutinho at Liverpool meant to say? Oh, yeah, I do fancy a new challenge. Yeah, you know, I have been thinking about leaving, and I might leave soon. They're not going to say that. Because if Vinicius, imagine if Vinicius came out and said, oh, yeah, that Saudi money is tempting. That Saudi deal, man might need that. Imagine if he came out and said that. He would be getting hooked. Like, you have to gaslight the fans. You have to lie to us. We all know that the Saudi money is tempting. We all know that it probably makes more sense for you to take that kind of deal. But I need you to lie to me. I don't need you to confirm what I'm already thinking, bro. So, look, it is what it is. You feel me? But let's keep an eye on it. I ultimately think that Vinicius ends up staying at Real Madrid. I think that he signs a new 5-year deal. And I think he might go to Saudi in 4 years. Maybe. Who knows? But just hopefully not right now. But yeah, man, look, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are saying about Vini and what's going on with him and the club. Would you sell him or would you keep him? Let me see, chat. Why is End the Stream Dave on the thumbnail? Well, if you didn't join an hour and 20 minutes late, then you would have seen why. Just go back to the beginning of the video, bro. Come on now. I'm sick of Vinicius midget Hulk tantrums. Okay, damn. 90% of players are average. Facts. Facts. Let me see. As long as Vini wants to stay, we should never consider. I agree. Vinicius is like one of those players. You guys play career mode, like when an offer gets sent and you just automatically just block all future offers. I don't even want to see an offer come in for certain players in my career modes. Like, I just automatically block it. You don't even have a chance to even send me a bid. Carnage, what's your take on Bruno Fernandes, and what about us being heavily linked to Enzo? I don't rate Bruno Fernandes. I do rate Enzo. I would take Enzo Fernandez, but I think with how Dani Ceballos has been playing lately, and if Luka Modric stays, there might not be any room in that midfield for an Enzo Fernandez, but I would take him. I do view him as a Toni Kroos replacement. Enzo Fernandez, his passing is fucking ridiculous, bro. Like, yeah, bro. So, yeah, I would take Enzo, but no, I don't rate Bruno Fernandes. Let me see. Vini is the best. Whenever he goes, I will go. He is what? So if we sell Vinicius, you're saying that you'll stop supporting Real Madrid?
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Nah, that's a disgrace, bro. I never understand this whole player FC thing, right? Like, are you a Vinicius fan or are you a Real Madrid fan? You can't necessarily pick the player over the club. We've seen much better players leave than Vinicius. I've seen Ronaldo leave, bro. Like, Vinicius leaving would suck, but it wouldn't hurt me more than when Ronaldo dipped. What are we talking about here, man? Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But all right, chat. Let's move on. I'll probably do like one more comment, and then we gotta talk about the next thing as well. Let me see. Laporte will call Isaac and his agent and ask them if they want to play for Barcelona, and Isaac will request a transfer. Yes, that might be the case, but then how will you guys pay for it? I don't think that Newcastle are accepting Spotify Premium as payments for their star striker. So, yeah, I think Isaac, of course, would be interested in joining a club like Barca, but do Barcelona have the funds to get a job like that done? I don't know, bro. I don't know. But, yeah, look, let's move on, though, guys, because we still have 2 more stories that we got to get into. Right now, this one is a transfer rumor, and it's about my boy Rodrygo. Now, according to the reports, they're saying that Liverpool have identified Rodrygo this summer as a replacement for Mohamed Salah. Now, let me tell you something right now. There is no way in hell that I would sell Rodrygo. Now, we got to break this down because Liverpool are in a lot of trouble, right? Liverpool, yes, they're going to win the Premier League, and they have surprised a lot of people this season. But Liverpool are cooked because their 3 best players are all about to leave them for nothing. Salah, Van Dijk, Trent. All of their contracts are running down. Now, they are going to have to replace these players, right? Now, maybe not all of them will leave, but I believe that 2 out of those 3 are gone. I think Trent is coming to Madrid. I think Van Dijk is going to PSG. I think Mo Salah, right? His market isn't as strong as the other 2. I don't think there's any top team in Europe that's looking to sign Mo Salah. So I think the only options that Salah has is finding an agreement with Liverpool, or he goes to Saudi. Now, it all comes down to what does Mo Salah want to do, right? Does Mo Salah want to try and win another UCL? Does he want to maybe win a Ballon d'Or, right? He was the favorite for the competition up until they got knocked out by PSG, right? Like, I think everybody kind of agreed that Mo Salah was the Ballon d'Or frontrunner. Now, things have drastically changed recently, right? They got knocked out by PSG. They lost to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. And I just still find it very crazy to me that Liverpool have not tied any of their best players down to new contracts. Now, as far as Rodrygo is concerned, I think if you are a team that needs a winger, and if you are looking for somebody that's at the highest level that I believe can automatically walk in to any team in any league, in any system, and cook, I think Rodrygo has to be at the top of that list. We all know, right? Rodrygo is my favorite player at Real Madrid. But in terms of the pecking order, Rodrygo is at the bottom. When it comes to Vinicius and Mbappe, the club have made it very clear that Rodrygo is not as important as them 2. Let's just be very honest. Let's call it for what it is. When we're struggling in games, even if Rodrygo is playing better than Mbappe and Vini, who's the first one to get subbed out more times than not? Rodrygo. Right? Like, and we all know that Rodrygo is one of the most underrated players in world football. I think that Rodrygo is a top 5 winger. And mind you, he doesn't even get a chance to play in his preferred position more times than not. Rodrygo is on the right most of the games. But we all know he is a left winger. Left wing Rodrygo is a monster. Left wing Rodrygo is a different animal. But because Vinicius is there, because now of the addition of Mbappe, Rodrygo does not really get a chance to be on that left unless Vinicius is either injured or suspended or we're just giving him a rest. So I don't think that Rodrygo wants to leave, but I do think that Rodrygo leaving in the future is a big possibility. Because if Rodrygo wants to get the respect that he deserves, if Rodrygo wants to be in the Ballon d'Or conversation, if Rodrygo wants to be considered an elite top player, he may have to do that outside of Real Madrid, because I feel like the disrespect that gets thrown and the dirt that's put on his name is crazy to me. But I'll tell you one thing. Even if Rodrygo wanted to leave, Liverpool, I don't think is a serious option for him. They're talking about Liverpool have identified him as a Mo Salah replacement. Well, guess what? I've identified a Lamborghini Urus as my next vehicle. Does that mean I'm going to get it? Fuck no. Why the hell would Rodrygo want to join Liverpool? They don't even operate like that. Rodrygo is out of their tax bracket. FSG are probably the worst owners for all of those big clubs in England. These guys don't spend money. They're not ambitious. Now, what I will give FSG a lot of credit for is they know how to hire a good manager. Jurgen Klopp, fantastic hire for them. And Arne Slot looks like he will be a good manager as well. But the reason why Liverpool are cooked, as I mentioned earlier, half of the reason is because their star players might leave. But the other half is that I don't believe they are going to spend the money required to maintain the level that they've been at. Do you think it's a coincidence that Jurgen Klopp only won one UCL? That he only won one Premier League? Imagine if FSG would have backed him properly. Imagine how much more Jurgen Klopp could have won. But FSG are not ambitious. They don't care about Liverpool. How can any top player in the world look at, and Liverpool are an elite club. They are a massive club. They are arguably the biggest in England. They are arguably one of the biggest in the world. But their owners do not operate like that. If you are Rodrygo, and if you do want to leave Real Madrid, why the hell would you go to Liverpool? When I think about Rodrygo leaving, the teams that make me nervous: Man City, Bayern, PSG, teams like that. Shit, I would even say Arsenal makes more sense for a Rodrygo than a Liverpool. Any team that would allow Rodrygo to play on that left wing week in, week out, I'm telling you right now, this guy would be in Ballon d'Or conversations. Rodrygo is just as highly rated as you think of any winger in the world. Rodrygo is just as good as they are. But he just has to take a back seat. So now it depends on, what does Rodrygo want? Does Rodrygo want the respect and the credit that he deserves? Or is he fine with playing second or third fiddle? Because for as good as he's been, right? People are going to always talk about Vinicius more. Mbappe's here now. Jude. Like, come on now. I think Rodrygo's a baller, though. I would not want to sell him. No, my favorite player, bro. Like, he's the best Bengali player that we know, chat. This guy came from the streets of New Delhi, and he's the number 11 for Real Madrid. This is my guy. But I am nervous about Rodrygo leaving in the future. I don't think that Rodrygo is going to be one of those players that stays at the club for so many years. I really don't. I think the best fit for him would be Bayern. If Bayern came in with an offer for Rodrygo, a serious offer, I think he would take it. I think he would. Bayern are an elite club. They're contenders for the UCL every season. They dominate their domestic league. And he would walk into that 11 on the left wing. Imagine a front four of Musiala in the 10, Rodrygo on the left, Harry Kane in the 9, and then what's the guy's name that's on their right wing? How am I drawing a blank here? Olise. Imagine Olise on the right wing. Imagine that front four. But again, I don't think that Rodrygo wants to leave. I hope that he does not leave. But Liverpool, don't worry me. No. And any deal for Rodrygo is going to have to cost you at least 130 million. Like, what are we talking about here? But I think it is something to keep an eye on, though. Liverpool have been linked with Rodrygo for a while now. But yeah, chat, would you guys sell him or would you keep him? Like, what would you do if you were Rodrygo? He's my favorite player, but I hate the fact that he's on the right. But, I mean, look, Vinicius is on the left. Like, Vini has locked down that left wing. What? What are you talking about, man? What are you guys arguing about in the chat? His best options are City, Liverpool, Bayern. Would have added Barca if it... Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a good point, Khaled. I just, again, I don't view Liverpool as a threat for any of our players. I just don't think Liverpool are an attractive club. Again, I don't understand why you would want to join them if you're a top player. It makes absolutely no sense to me why any player would ever leave us for Liverpool, especially with how they are right now. And the fact that Rodrygo is a starter for us. So it's like, what? You go to Liverpool, and then you're going to be playing underneath the ownership that don't have ambition, that are not going to sign any other really big-name players. Like, come on now. Let me see. Yeah, like they've identified him as a fucking bro. Stop it, dog. Yeah, man. I've freaking identified of a BMW as my next car. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna get it. All right. Nah, you know what it is, bro? It's just the slow point of the season right now. You guys already know the international break leads to these kind of discussions being had. But I've already explained why I think that he might possibly want to leave Real Madrid. But again, I don't think that he will. But look, chat, keep getting involved, right? Keep putting your comments in there. And I do want to talk about one more thing, and then we're going to wrap up. So last story of the stream, right? Transfer news again. And it's concerning a player that has been linked to us throughout the years, but somebody that I don't think Real Madrid will ever realistically have a chance of signing, and that is Erling Haaland. Now, I need you guys to let me know what you think about Haaland, because I'm not his biggest fan, and I know that he's been linked to us over the years, and I think that when you look at our team, how it's constructed, he does fit the profile of a striker that we would need, because we are lacking height. We are lacking an aerial threat in the final third. But I just don't see us ever really signing this guy. Now, according to the rumors, right, they're saying that Haaland will push for a move to Real Madrid if Man City miss out on Champions League qualifications this season. And we have to be able to break things down, right? We have to be able to use critical thinking. Erling Haaland just signed like a new 9-year deal with Man City. This guy is going nowhere, right? He's at City and he's going to stay there for a majority of his career. I don't think there's anywhere else that Haaland can go that will fit him as good as Man City does. Maybe you could say Barcelona, but Barca don't have the money to get a player like Haaland. In terms of Real Madrid, why would we want to sign him? He's a very good striker, right? Haaland is the best finisher in world football. His off-the-ball movement is a joke, right? The guy is lethal in the box. But we don't need a striker right now. We need a center back. We need a right back, a left back. And yes, as I said, I would take a striker that is of the same profile, right? In terms of tall, I could put Kroos into the box, right? A Joselu kind of signing. But Erling Haaland's not going to want to join Real Madrid to come off the bench. My front three is good at the moment. Unless Vinicius leaves and goes to Saudi, right? Now, if we cash in on Vinicius, right? If we get 400 million for Vini, then okay, let's see okay, you know what? Then it would make sense. You can move Mbappe or Rodrygo to the left, and then you can buy Haaland, put him down the middle. Okay. But I don't see any of my front three leaving this summer. So I don't really see where Erling Haaland fits in here. So I'm going to have to say that this rumor right here is bullshit. He just signed a long-ass deal with Man City. And even if they do miss out on Champions League, I highly doubt that he leaves. The only way that I can see Man City selling Haaland and any of their other star players is if the 115 charges gets proven that they are guilty, and if they get relegated to like the championship, the second division of English football, then yeah, Erling Haaland's going to possibly leave, right? But even if that did happen, right? Let's say if Man City got found guilty of all their charges and they're now having a fire sale, right? Let's say they are getting rid of all their players, because if you're a guy like Haaland or Foden, Savio, right? Like any of their other star players, why the hell would you want to be playing in the championship? You're going to request a transfer. That's probably what would happen. Haaland is still not a player that I would be going after. If I could pick one player from Man City right now, go bring me Vardiol. Shit. Hey, chat. If Man City are getting relegated, if those 115 charges are true, if they get found guilty, if they don't beat the case, we will be there for the Man City sale that will be happening at the end of this season. Okay, but nah, he's not going nowhere though. Look, realistically, nothing's going to happen to Man City, right? They might just get like a little fine, but there's no way that if Man City actually thought that they were going to be found guilty of any of those charges, that they would have dropped 200 million in January. There's no way that these players, because if we know about the charges, you don't think that the players are going to ask Man City what's going on with their court case? You don't think that before Erling Haaland signed his new deal, he didn't know that they would be perfectly fine? Come on now. But yeah, no, I think Haaland to Madrid just makes no sense at the moment, right? Maybe he would have been a good signing for when Benzema left, but we didn't go after him. We signed Joselu, went on to win the UCL, and then we brought in Mbappe. I just don't see where Haaland fits. Then you would have to change your formation. So what are we going to run? A 4-2-4? What, 4 attackers, 2 midfielders? Like, it doesn't really make sense, right? And I mean, I don't even want Haaland and Mbappe playing together. Like, I like the rivalry that people were trying to force between these two with Mbappe and Haaland. I don't even want to see them team up. I feel like it would just be too many chefs in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need that many cooks at one stove. You feel me? Let Haaland do his business at the stove in England with Man City. He doesn't need to be in Madrid. But in terms of just style of play, I think Man City is the perfect place for Haaland. Like, why would he leave? He has nothing but creators around him, right? Savio, Foden, Doku, right? Jack Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne. Like, all these guys who it seems like their main job is to find him in the box. Now, again, I don't really rate Haaland as highly as a lot of other people do, but I think what he's great at, like, he's just the best, and that's off the ball movement and in the box. He's just elite. but I think his overall game is lacking. Right? I remember when people were trying to have this whole Haaland versus Mbappe debate. I thought people were crazy for ever thinking that Erling Haaland is anywhere near the level of an Mbappe. Like, are you guys crazy? Like, absolutely not, bro. Like, just his overall game, bro. Like, he's clear. He's clear of a guy like Haaland. But yeah, look, I did want to talk about it. Found that kind of interesting. Again, it's not gonna happen, right? So yeah, chat. Let me know what you guys are saying about this. And then we'll dip. Isaac is way better. Yeah, I think Isaac is a better footballer than Erling Haaland. I agree. Let me see. I think Haaland would actually be a pretty good player for Barca as well, bro. With Yamal, come on, bro. Like, that would be crazy. But you guys just can't. No, it's not going to happen. It's already too many cooks at the stove. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, imagine adding Erling Haaland to the mix as well. It's like, all right, bro. Like, now you're kind of just overdoing it, right? You're overdoing it. Everybody's going to want to be the main guy, and it's just not going to be able to work like that. Yo, Khaled, we will be there. Yo, bro, Vardiol, close. Vardiol is the best left back in the world. I don't care what anybody tells me. We need that signing. I would say, bro, we wanted Vardiol, but Man City, they put in an offer that we were not going to match. They dropped about, what, like 90 million for him? Fucking hell. What a player he is, though. He is so good, bro. Now, I actually think that him signing a 10-year deal with Man City made sense. Again, where else would he go? If it's not Barca, any other club wouldn't really make sense. Like, PSG would be the only team that could afford him, really. But why would you leave Man City, who've been the best team in England for so long, right? They have the best owners. They're going to always spend money. Why would you leave that to go play in Ligue 1? It'd make no sense. Like, that's a downgrade. Let me see. Am I the only one? Nah, again, I would turn it down as well, dog. I would as well. Is he on $750K per week? Fucking hell. That's like damn near Saudi kind of money, man. That's a lot of bread, child. I'm not going to lie. Haaland makes more sense at Barca. Facts. No. I can't see Haaland going to any other team in the Prem, to be very honest. If Haaland goes to Barca, we ain't touching La Liga for years. I wouldn't be worried about it, bro. We're Real Madrid. Come on, stop it. Let me see. Okay, Haaland is a great player, but I think that City is not only the right team for him, despite what he's achieved. I don't agree. But, yo, I think that we'll wrap it up here, right? Big up to the damn chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you haven't done so. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you turn on those post notifications so you don't miss whenever I drop a new video or I go live. This stream, when I end it, it's going to redirect you to Hussam's channel, right? Don Hussam, the Liverpool fan. They're doing a charity stream right now for another creator named Patrick, who's dealing with bone cancer at the moment, right? So they're going to be live for like the next like 4 or 5 hours to try and raise as much money as possible. So look, go over there, right? A bunch of other creators are going to be jumping on. I might jump on that stream myself. But yeah, we're going to redirect you there. Make sure to let them know Carnage Raid in the chat. And yeah, guys, look, international break. I don't know how much content I'll really be doing, but there will be watch-alongs. And of course, I will still be dropping videos. And whenever any kind of crazy news comes out, we'll go live. So you guys don't want to miss that. Big up to your damn selves. It's going to send you, again, to Don Hussam's channel, right? Make sure to go over there, smash that like button. Let them know Carnage Raid. And then also troll him a little bit. Troll him about Trent, right? Make sure that my right back gets to Madrid safe and healthy because he's already a little bit damaged right now. But look, shout out to your damn selves. So much shit that we talked about, bro. An hour and damn near 50 minutes. But it's all good, man. Look, holla Madrid chat. And until next time, it's going to take you to Don Hussam. Carnage Raid. Big up.